And gospel artist whose music is raking in millions in viewership. But who wants to trade that with votes? Our guest tonight is the latest entrant to the race for the House on the Hill. From the pulpit, we ask Reuben Kigame why the presidency. And he's with me in studio. Reuben Kigame, good evening, and thank you very much for making time for us tonight on TV47.
Thank you for having me.
Reuben Kigame, perhaps the most impressive point to begin with is you are a gospel sensation in terms of music. I was going through your YouTube songs, some of them. For instance, Enda Nasi, 10 million views. Bwana ni mchungaji wangu, 6 million views. A household gospel artist who wants to be the president.
You forgot the big one.
You'll tell me.
That's Huniachi with 23 million.
Why does such a big gospel artist want to be the president of the Republic of Kenya?
Well, first of all, it's not trading one thing for the other. I've already been a gospel musician, and music is part and parcel of my culture. And so this is just an assignment that I'm taking on. It's a 5-year assignment. There's no way I can stop singing or writing songs. In fact, the last album I released was 1 year ago. And so those who thought, politics would stop me from singing, have a big surprise. In fact, God willing, I would like to be the first singing president. I think, without gainsaying it, Kenya needs hope, and a lot of my songs are about hope. Kenya needs healing. A lot of the songs I sing are about healing. Kenya needs social justice. I write a lot of social justice songs. And so if you would like, Kenya is probably ready to have the first singing president, but I would not be the first. I think in the Bible you've heard of King Daud or David.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that sang and was probably the best king of Israel. So
Reuben,
it's not either or.
You are making mention of what Kenya needs according to your view. Is that to suppose that is what Kenya lacks in your interpretation?
Actually, what Kenya lacks is what I would call values, or what I call character-driven leadership. We have messed up governance altogether. And so in order to actually have a brand new country, for Kenya to work, we actually need to reboot, almost like the way you rewrite the software of a machine. And so we have inherited a colonial system, actually. Right from the first Kenyatta to Ruto, we inherited a system that is based on European ideals, philosophies, values, everything, while trying to be our own identity, our own selves. And so you find that education doesn't work because it's Western, and we are always listening to everybody else. We want to, export our young people to go and work out there instead of making them work here. We want to import stuff. Our supermarkets are full of merchandise from out of the country, and we're exporting very little, while we are so wealthy as a nation. And whatever we make, we loot. If I was to describe Kenya for you, it would be a nation of ghosts. You have ghost students, ghost teachers, you have ghost hospitals, ghost schools, ghost workers all over the place.
Reuben Kigame, is that not a blanket condemnation of a system that some defend as though it is working?
No, if you just look at any country, the manifestations of its socio-economic life every day will tell you what that country is. So, for example, right now, we are dealing with ghost hospitals, for example. We have dealt with ghost schools before. In the last election, we had ghost polling stations. In other words, you create these non-existent institutions or entities in order to siphon money towards them.
And you question the moral fabrics of such in a society and in the country.
Absolutely.
Reuben Kigame, this is not the first time you're expressing interest at the House on the Hill.
No.
In 2022, the IEBC, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, did disqualify your candidacy due to issues with signature requirements.
I don't think that's accurate because
You are not on the ballot, so
Yeah.
they disqualified you, isn't it?
But the court ruled that IEBC was wrong.
Which IEBC appealed.
Yeah, so IEBC appealed. So this is a referee appealing, okay? The IEBC is supposed to be an independent institution that does not bow to the whimsies of the executive or any other. So if the courts and the judicial system is really the one tasked with investigating anything electoral fraud or misappropriation, and so if the courts rule with evidence that IEBC was wrong in locking me out, who is IEBC as an independent institution to go to appeal?
But IEBC appealed, indicating that you did not meet the constitutional threshold to vie for the presidency.
So the question is, what threshold? Because if it is signatures, for example, you needed 2,000 signatures from majority counties, which would be 24 counties, okay? I had 2,000 plus signatures from 27 counties, okay? And I paraded those signatures before the media. If you go online, you will see those boxes with, all these books bound for IEBC to plow through and assess. They refused to look at it. In fact, I stayed at Bomas from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. at night, pleading with Chebukati to receive my signatures. He wouldn't.
And that dismissal and disqualification you still hold was unfair and violation of your rights.
So here is even something worse. So they appealed. That case is supposed to be heard within 6 months. It's never been heard. So you bet, when I went to the Supreme Court, Martha Koome did the smart thing that all these politicians do, is to say, I can't determine your matter because it's still in the Court of Appeal. That's a technical, knockout.
Fair enough.
So put it this way. It's not just about me. IEBC has been weaponized over and over again against candidates that were either felt to be wanting to do a blow to status quo vis-a-vis corruption and so on. You see, the signatures are not the only thing that you need to deal with to qualify for.
Reuben, I asked that question primarily because of the next, perhaps. You want to be on that race in 2027.
But I needed to let you know this, that the EACC has also to qualify you, and EACC never found any fault with me. That is even more important than the signatures. Anybody can collect signatures. But the question is, can you offer yourself as a candidate that is character, ready to serve the people of Kenya?
And with that background of what happened in 2022, how ready is Reuben Kigame for 2027?
Oh, absolutely ready, Abubakar. Last week, I officially declared that I would like to seek the mandate of Kenyans to be their next president. I see people come to me and say, you need to join Gachagua, or you need to join Matiang'i, or look for Kalonzo, look for Okiya Mtata, look for Maraga, and sort of join. A lot of these people, save Kalonzo, actually in that list, maybe just Kalonzo has run before. A lot of them are new entrants. So I've been in that space for long. So really the argument would be, why wouldn't they join me? So I will be on the ballot, and I'm not on the ballot because I'm seeking some kind of second place relevance. I'm actually seeking to be your next president, so that I can reboot this country, so that I can reset and remove that colonial legacy that we have inherited, and give Kenya a new face, a new start based on character-driven leadership.
Reuben Kigame, you're seeking the highest office in the land should you be elected as Kenya's 6th president.
Yeah.
And this is your first stab, technically, should IEBC gazette you as one of the candidates.
Right.
Which begs the question, why not any other position? Why the presidency?
I think that is sort of smuggling the real issues through the back door. The question is, what does it take? Because I could ask that same question of the first president of Kenya, that is Jomo Kenyatta. He had never been president before. So what's the big deal? So it's not about what you have been or not been before. It is what you bring to the table, actually. And even if we were to go the direction of what I have been before, I have been able to lead people-centered institutions and companies and so on. So you're talking about a media company that I founded from scratch, music academy that I have led for since 2012, for example. You look at, I've done business. I have taught in high school. I have also taught at the university. And so put all these things together. I'm not even counting my artistic career yet. You put all these together and you look at how did Reuben actually perform in those different things. The wonder would be that given all the challenges, the hurdles that have been put in my way, I've been able to accomplish so much.
And you believe that is a good defense that Kenyans will be persuaded to elect you as their next?
It's about capacity, Abubakar. It's about capacity, the ability to make decisions, the ability to see people for who they are, the ability to actually put the right people in the right place. So, for example, take Fish FM that I ran for a long time. It's only when we shut down and, somebody came to me and asked me, Reuben, by the way, how many people from your community did you have? That's when I thought for the first time, you mean there was a tribal consideration here? No, and it is mainly because now we were dealing with reflections of the post-election violence and so on, which was very tribal. I have never been tribal myself. In fact, I speak several languages. I'm married from a different community. And so those little things don't get to me.
Fair enough.
So here's the thing, though. So people ask what you've done, okay? It's also important for people to ask what you have not done.
And it's equally important to ask what your agenda is, which we will come to after this break. Time for us to take a short break. Stay with us. This discussion will be back after this break.